What's up, guys? So today we're going to be making the plant-based version of our Denny's breakfast chorizo sausage bowl with all of the fixings. I'm starting off here with some egg replacer, which is just potato starch, baking powder, nothing too fancy. And we're going to add a bit of almond milk to that, stir that up, and then just set that aside because this will be our thickening agent in this recipe. From there, I'm going to grab one sweet potato and go ahead and slit the top of it a few times. I do this because to me it helps it cook a little bit faster. I'm not as patient when I'm cooking breakfast. Usually by this point I'm super hungry, so I'm trying to eat, So we're going to go ahead and slit this potato open, and after that we're just going to take the surrounding foil and wrap it up like a little hot pocket and place that in our oven for about an hour. And you can set your oven at about 400 degrees, 425, depending on how hot your oven gets. And from there, we're going to start our veggie medley. I'm starting off with one green pepper, and I'm just going to chop that up. You can chop it up as thick or as thin as you like. I like a bit of a crunch in my eggs, so we're going to leave it a bit thick. After that, I'm going to grab one tomato. These always sweeten up your recipe, help to balance off the veggies. So we're going to dice up 1/2 of a tomato. And again, like I always say, you can omit or add veggies based on your taste buds. So I'm just going to add a slew of veggies just because those are all I have, right? So after that, I'm going to grab a couple of peppers here. I have pepperoncini peppers, which are basically the equivalent to banana peppers. They're really more on the salty side than spicy, so I add this to prevent me from adding a lot of salt to my recipes. They kind of do that for me. Followed by a couple of jalapeno peppers, not the fresh ones. I'm not that kind of girl. I don't like it that hot. So I'm just going to add a couple of jalapenos for flavor as well. After that, I'm going to add just a bit of kale. You can replace the kale for spinach if you're not keen on it. I, however, am a kale fiend. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of that in here just for fiber purposes, color purposes. I always like a nice rainbow of veggies when I'm cooking any dish. It just makes me think I'm hitting all the food groups. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of that kale. And after that, I am just going to make these all pretty for you guys. Well, not really, but that's all the veggies we're adding today. And here are the ingredients as always, folks. Check the description box to see the exact measurements. I'm going to start off with some chickpeas here, about 1/2 can. You can add a whole can depending on how many people you are cooking for. It's just me today, so we're rolling with that. Followed by some nutritional yeast and mustard. Now, nutritional yeast and mustard to me create a great cheese flavor as a plant-based eater, so go ahead and try it out. Let me know what you think. From there, I'm just going to add my seasonings, which include chili powder, a bit of sweet paprika, black pepper, and a bit of sea salt. You can add more or less based on what you're used to your eggs tasting like, but I'm good with that. After that, we're going to add some almond milk and a bit of garlic powder just for some extra flavor, because it is a nice breakfast bowl we're going for here. So we want a lot of flavors at the same time. I'm going to add a bit more mustard just because I want to up that cheesy flavor. And we can go ahead and add our egg replacer right here. And then after that, just pop your top on your blender and go ahead and blend that up until everything is well combined. You should not have a really thick consistency here, so add more or less almond milk or nut milk of your choice as you see fit. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the lid here to show you all what we're working with. Bam, that is our cheesy egg replacement. And I'm gonna pour it out in a bowl just so y'all can get a better view of, what to expect or how thick it should be once you make it. So again, not too liquidy, not too thick, just like the perfect balance. I'm gonna stir it up. You can still beat the eggs if you still are into that. Go ahead and beat your batter a little bit just to get the feel of the eggs going on. You really don't need to, but hey, we just blended it. And from there, I'm going to show you all the meat, or lack thereof, that I'm adding to this recipe. We have veggie sausage, veggie chorizo, and veggie bacon. I said that backwards, sorry. So I'm just gonna let that cook in the skillet for a little bit until it gets nice and brown. It's not meat, but you still want it to cook through. After that, I added a bit of flour on the top of our egg mix just to thicken it up a little bit more. And you can go ahead and add that to your skillet, which should be on medium-high heat at this point. After that, I'm kind of just poking around at the mixture to kind of see where we're at. As you all can see, this really fluffs up just like an egg. If you want to make an omelet, you can absolutely do that. I went ahead and added my toppings to the middle. I am still going for an egg scramble here though, so you'll see me here trying to flip the thing over, but it kind of turned into an omelet. So I was like, you know what? If you want to be an omelet, you can absolutely be one. We'll roll with it. The first time I made these, it was more of a scrambly egg, but I think adding the flour kind of helped thicken it up more this time. So after that, you can start to fix your bowl. Go ahead and dice up your sweet potatoes, add your eggs on top, whatever else you want. Add some bread to your mix, and please enjoy this bowl.